Hello, yes, hey, okay, another video. So I'm here at Pit Stop Cafe in Langkawi. It's a beautiful little cafe actually, so whenever you come to Langkawi, check it out. My good friend Paula runs it. Beautiful breakfast, great little atmosphere, it's so cute. And the service is fantastic as well, so yeah, all good. So make sure you come to Pit Stop Cafe. Let me just give you a little bit of a turnaround. It's very cute on the road. Very nice. Okay, so let's get into action. The mission of this video is to share a little bit more information about people who want to get into modeling right now, because it is a bit crazy. It's like people come up to me all the time saying, I want to be a model, I want to get jobs, I want to be in commercials, I want to do this, I want to do runway, how do I get into runway, how do I go into all sorts of stuff. I want to go to Paris Fashion Week, I want to be a top model, I want to be famous. And yeah, it's quite a crazy little world, right? Everything's just all over the place. So there are a couple of things for people to realize. The first thing is that if you're wanting to be an international model, as in go to different countries and find projects and jobs in those countries, then you either need a mother agent who will place you, or you need agents in each of those countries, which means you need to reach out to those people and say, hey, I want to come to your country, do you want to represent me in that country? And then you would basically have to present your Polaroids, your video casting, and your portfolio, and then they would look at that and they would say yes or no, right? Because basically it depends on the kind of clients they have, the time of year, the season that you're going there, and every place has a different season. You know, Cape Town, Athens, Germany, if you go into America, China, in Korea, there are different seasons. And so do a bit of research on the seasons and the different countries. And then before you're going to go to that country, go and check out the top modeling agencies in that country, and then look at the top models that they have and say, do you fit that particular look and that particular role? Because obviously if those other talents, models, are on the website, then that means that you have a good chance of getting work while you're there if you look like some people on that website. Because you've got to imagine, maybe they're showing like 40, 50 models, but not all 40, 50 models are going to be in town at that exact time, because some of them may be in other countries or doing different jobs. So even if they're seen on the website, doesn't mean they're actually in the country. So check out the in-country or in-town models that they have, and then make sure that you kind of, you know, match a few of them, because then you know that you're going to get jobs if you go to that place. And then yeah, it'll be down to the same thing. Polaroids, a nice video introduction, portfolio images showing you in different formats, so a really nice headshot, some sporty, some edgy, some commercial, whatever it is that your brand is matching as a model, you want to show that. And look, remember, don't always think that it has to be really fashiony. You know, there are a couple of places that are more commercial, and so you know, work to your strengths, but just have a look at the market first, do a little bit of research. And that's where the mother agency would actually be your researcher, right? They'd be like, do you know what, we think you could do really well in Korea, so we want to send you to Korea, and this is the person that we deal with in Korea. Or you want to go to New York, so this is what you want to do, okay, this is the kind of clients they've got. Or Cape Town, this is the kind of clients they have. But you've always got to be aware that maybe you just don't fit the mold that particular season or that particular agent really wants, because they'll have their different missions at the different times for their different clients, right? So do some research, check it all out, and see where you match. Now, that's if you want to be an international model and you want to travel around. And of course, like, competition's tough, right? A lot of people now are in modeling, there's a lot of competition around. So don't be disheartened, because there are kind of two levels to the modeling world. You have that international model where you're going to different countries, but then you have where, you know, localized work where you can book jobs regularly at different levels of payment. If you're a freelance, obviously you can go and do fashion shows, you can do catalogs, you could do some commercials, you can do events, you can do some social media promotion events. So if you're local and you're living somewhere, you can actually just freelance, or you could find one good agency there. But just remember, you don't have to just find one good top agent, because if you're with that agent, excuse the noise here with the cars, if you're with that agent, they may have a limited number of clients that you can book with, and maybe they don't offer you a guaranteed income. So when it comes to agents, and I'll do another video on agents about this, that make sure that they're offering you enough jobs to sustain your life. If they're offering you a guarantee, then fantastic, take it. If they're not, then just think about it, because the chances are that maybe they won't get you enough work, and as a freelance you could get more work to survive. But if you want to step up and try to become a top model in your market, then having a representation is also good. So you've really got to balance it out based on what you want to achieve as an individual. Now, what I would suggest is that you work on becoming the best talent possible, which means that you can do the best photos, the best video, the best runway, the commercials, that you can speak on camera, that you can do really good social media, and you can do all of those different things. And then you could start looking at the best agent who can help you and support you in growing your stature as a model. But to be honest, these days, you don't really get top models in the local regions, because they may work for a year or 2 years, but then the local industry kind of gets a little bit bored of their face, and then you have to diversify into emceeing or into acting, you know. So yeah, it really depends, but I would just say, look at your market, look at where you are in the city, and kind of connect with a lot of productions, with a lot of photographers. Start to create the profile that you need, and it is always the same for every single person, no matter who you are and what you want to achieve as a model. You need to have natural snapshots, you need to have Polaroids, you need to have video casting, and you need some portfolio. So just quickly, let me remind you like what Polaroids are. They are plain background, plain tee, jeans, no makeup, no editing, no filters, and just showing yourself at straight 45, 90, different expressions, different movement, different poses, and all of those Polaroids basically show the client that you are capable to move, that you have expression, that you look confident without all the hair, makeup, and lighting and all that. And then you have your video casting, which obviously shows them that you are confident on camera, which is great for video branding, for commercials, all those things where they really need video. And most of the time, they need video these days. So try and do your best to be as good as you possibly can on video, right? So you got your Polaroids, your video casting, and then your portfolio. So portfolio are the jobs that you've done, or if you've done a few test shoots, then show them in your portfolio. Test shoots are, you know, like ideas that you can shoot with photographers, and it becomes a collaboration. So you can do your makeup, your styling, you can do nice shots to show that you've got experience in that level. But even if you have good portfolio, you will definitely need Polaroids and video casting anyway. So start with Polaroids, become great at video, and then start developing the portfolio on top. And then that basically gives you a whole profile that you can send out to different agencies. You know, maybe some agencies will say no, some will say yes. You can start sending it to production companies, to studios, to photographers, to brands, and you can start actually marketing yourself. And even with that profile, you can send it to overseas agents as well. So do a bit of research, look into the country, the top agencies, and email them or WhatsApp them or Instagram them and say, hey, would you like to represent me in this country? So a little bit of an overview for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. It is pretty basic, you know. You just need your Polaroids, video casting, and portfolio, and start presenting yourself to various brands for them to book you, whether that's you doing it as a freelance or whether a person or a company is doing it on your behalf as an agent. But don't get disheartened if you don't have an agent. Actually, you can probably earn more money or different jobs even if you don't have an agent. But yeah, go for it. Do whatever you can, as much as you can, for as long as you can. I'm going to see you on the next video. Take care.